Imagine slicing into a loaf of soft, warm, freshly baked sandwich bread made right in your own kitchen. The crust is golden, the inside is fluffy and light, and the aroma fills your entire home with that comforting bakery smell. No preservatives, no complicated ingredients, just simple pantry staples transformed into something magical. If you've ever thought baking bread was difficult, this simple homemade sandwich bread guide will change your mind. This beginner-friendly recipe walks you through every step so you can bake soft, delicious bread perfect for sandwiches, toast, or even enjoying with a little butter and jam. Once you taste homemade bread, store-bought loaves may never taste the same again. Before we begin, if you love easy homemade recipes, baking guides, and comfort food classics, make sure to subscribe or follow for more delicious content. Every week you can discover easy baking recipes, homemade comfort foods, beginner-friendly kitchen tips, delicious bread and dessert ideas. Now let's get baking. Why make sandwich bread at home? Homemade bread has many advantages compared to store-bought bread. 1. Better flavor. Fresh bread tastes richer, softer, and more satisfying than packaged bread. 2. Healthier ingredients. You control everything that goes into your bread. No preservatives or artificial additives. 3. Budget-friendly. Making bread at home costs much less than buying bakery bread. 4. Freshness. Homemade bread stays soft and fresh, especially when stored properly. 5. Satisfaction. There's something incredibly rewarding about baking your own loaf from scratch. Ingredients you will need. This recipe uses simple pantry ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. Basic ingredients: 3 1-2 cups all-purpose flour, 1 cup warm milk, 2 tablespoons sugar, 2 tablespoons butter, softened, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 1/4 teaspoons active dry yeast, 1 packet, 1/4 cup warm water. Optional: 1 tablespoon honey for extra softness, butter for brushing the top, kitchen tools needed. You don't need fancy equipment to make bread. Large mixing bowl, measuring cups and spoons, wooden spoon or spatula, 9x 5-inch loaf pan, clean kitchen towel, oven. Optional but helpful. Stand mixer with dough hook. Step 1. Activate the yeast. The first step is waking up the yeast. In a small bowl, pour 1 to 4 cup warm water, not hot. Add 2 tablespoons sugar. Sprinkle active dry yeast over the water. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. You will notice the mixture becoming foamy and bubbly. This means the yeast is active and ready to help the bread rise. If the mixture does not foam, the yeast might be expired, and you should start again with fresh yeast. Step 2. Prepare the dough. In a large mixing bowl, add warm milk, add the yeast mixture, add softened butter, add salt, mix everything gently. Now gradually add the flour, about 1 cup at a time, mixing after each addition. The dough will slowly begin to form and pull away from the sides of the bowl. Step 3. Knead the dough. Once the dough becomes thick, transfer it to a lightly floured surface. Knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. Kneading helps develop gluten, which gives bread its soft and stretchy texture. To knead, push the dough forward with the heel of your hand. Fold it back towards you. Rotate slightly. Repeat the process. The dough should become smooth, elastic, and slightly tacky. If it feels too sticky, sprinkle a little flour, but avoid adding too much. Step 4. First place the kneaded dough in a lightly greased bowl. Turn the dough once so the top gets lightly coated with oil. Cover the bowl with a clean kitchen towel. Let the dough rise in a warm place for 1 to 2 hours. During this time, the dough will double in size. This step is essential because it creates the soft and airy texture of sandwich bread. Step 5. Shape the dough. Once the dough has doubled, gently punch it down to release excess air. Transfer the dough to a floured surface. Flatten it slightly into a rectangle shape. Now roll the dough tightly into a log shape. Pinch the seam closed. This shape will fit perfectly into a loaf pan. Step 6. Second rise. Grease your 9-5 loaf pan lightly with butter or oil. Place the shaped dough into the pan. Cover again with a towel and allow it to rise for 30 to 40 minutes. The dough should rise slightly above the top edge of the pan. This second rise ensures your bread becomes light and fluffy. Step 7. Bake the bread. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees, 175 degrees. Place the loaf pan in the center of the oven. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes. The bread is ready when the top becomes golden brown. The loaf sounds hollow when tapped. If the top browns too quickly, cover it loosely with foil. Step 8. Cool the bread. Remove the bread from the oven. Let it cool in the pan for 10 minutes, then transfer it to a wire rack. Allow the bread to cool completely before slicing. Cutting the bread too early can make the inside gummy. The waiting is worth it. Step 9. Slice and serve. Once cooled, slice the bread using a sharp serrated knife. Now your homemade sandwich bread is ready to enjoy. Perfect ways to enjoy it include sandwiches toast with butter, honey or jam, avocado toast, grilled cheese. The texture will be soft, fluffy, and perfect for sandwiches. Storage tips. To keep your bread fresh, room temperature store in an airtight container for 3-4 days. Refrigerator bread can last up to 1 week but may become slightly firm. Freezer slice the bread and freeze it for up to 3 months. Simply toast slices when needed. Helpful bread baking tips. 1. Use warm liquids. Yeast works best in liquids around 110 degrees. 2. Do not add too much flour. Too much flour makes bread dense. 3. Allow enough rising time. Rushing the rising process leads to heavy bread. 4. Knead properly. Kneading creates the structure needed for soft bread. 5. Use fresh yeast. Old yeast may not activate properly. Delicious variations. You can easily customize this bread recipe. Honey sandwich bread. Add 2 tablespoons honey for sweetness. Whole wheat bread. Replace half the flour with whole wheat flour. Garlic bread. Mix garlic powder and herbs into the dough. Cheesy bread. Add shredded cheese before shaping the loaf. Why this recipe works. This recipe creates the perfect sandwich bread because it balances moisture-gluten development, proper rising time. The result is a soft crumb with a light texture, ideal for everyday sandwiches. Final thoughts. Making homemade sandwich bread might seem intimidating at first, but once you try it, you'll realize how simple and rewarding it is. With just a few ingredients and some patience, you can bake a loaf that is soft, fresh, delicious, perfect for sandwiches. The smell of bread baking in your kitchen is one of life's simplest pleasures. And when that first slice comes out warm and fluffy, you'll know it was absolutely worth the effort. Happy baking!